Hey guys, Tom here, and today I am bringing you my WWE Raw preview for the 8th of August 2016. If we can get 300 likes on today's video, I will do a Raw review tomorrow. Anyway, things are getting pretty exciting in the WWE. We're currently 13 days away from this year's SummerSlam, so today we're talking about news and rumours for tonight's Raw. So tonight's Raw is coming from the Honda Center in Anaheim, California. And the biggest story of the night is that Daniel Bryan, the SmackDown Live GM, has been invited to Monday Night Raw by the Raw GM, Mick Foley. Apparently they're going to address the current situation of Raw superstars appearing on SmackDown. So it's about that invasion of Brock Lesnar on SmackDown and Randy Orton on Monday Night Raw. So the competition between Raw and SmackDown has been pretty subdued. It's been pretty non-existent. So I think with this segment, things should get pretty heated. We haven't really had that sort of SmackDown versus Raw feel yet, and I think this could be the segment to change things. There's been basically no competition, so what's going to happen here? Are they going to end up falling out? Because so far they've been pretty friendly towards each other. Is one of them going to turn heel? We don't really know, but it's going to be exciting because I really want to get that sort of competition feel out of both shows, and we haven't really had that yet, so hopefully we get that from this segment. Could we possibly get a Raw versus SmackDown 6-man tag match at this year's SummerSlam? We really don't know. It's all up in the air, but hopefully we get a sort of SmackDown versus Raw feel out of it. Now, P. Diddy is going to appear on tonight's Raw. That is one of the things to watch out for. If you're like me, you probably don't care much about this. I mean, it's a wrestling show after all. It's a new era, all about the wrestlers, right? Anyway, when people like Drew Carey gave their speech about inducted into the Hall of Fame, he got booed out of the building. I mean, the last real kind of time people actually cared about a celebrity was when Stephen Amell was at last year's SummerSlam. But if P. Diddy doesn't bring anything interesting on tonight's Monday Night Raw, people are just not going to care at all. He's going to get booed out of the building like every other celebrity in the past. So hopefully he does something which actually changes the complexion of tonight's Monday Night Raw. Hopefully he just doesn't sing. He actually does something, because after all, it's a wrestling show. Now, last week, Seth Rollins tried to get the upper advantage over Finn Balor. Basically, Seth Rollins said something like, "Oh, I'm better than you because I did everything you've done, but I did it quicker and I did it a lot better." Now, it actually didn't end well for Seth Rollins. He ended up getting kicked out the ring by Finn Balor. So this week, Seth Rollins is going to have to change it up. He's going to have to try something else to get into the noggin of Finn Balor. How's he going to do it? I don't know, but in the past, Seth Rollins has come up with some really unique ideas to build up his matches. For example, when he had his feud with Dean Ambrose, every single week we had something different. So hopefully on tonight's Raw, Seth Rollins switches it up, because it clearly didn't work last week. What's he going to do? You're going to have to find out on tonight's Raw. Now, in last week's Raw, we got Luke Gallows and Carl Anderson attack the New Day for the second week in a row. And apparently Big E got injured. We're not sure if this is real. We're not sure if this is fake, and it's completely storyline. If you ask me, it is completely storyline. But for the third week in a row, are the club going to attack the New Day on this week's Raw? With Big E out, it may seem like it's now 2 versus 2. They've taken the advantage away. What are they going to do after taking the advantage away? We're going to have to find out on tonight's show. Now, if Big E is apparently injured, does this mean he's not going to be in the SummerSlam match if the New Day do face the club at SummerSlam? Will the New Day only have Xavier Woods and Kofi Kingston? Is Big E completely gone for a few months now? We really don't know. Hopefully they address this situation on tonight's show and we get a little bit more of an idea of what the hell's going on with Big E and if it's just a storyline. Now, last week it finally appeared like Kevin Owens and Chris Jericho are finally going to team up. This is going to be great. This is going to be comedy gold. I cannot wait for this. So it does seem like they've got a common enemy of Enzo and Big Cass. So it does seem like we're going to get a 2 versus 2 match at SummerSlam. Enzo and Cass versus Chris Jericho and KO Mania. I'm really excited to see them finally officially team up together. This should be absolutely fantastic. What do you guys think? Look out for this one on tonight's Raw. This feud between Enzo and Big Cass and KO and Chris Jericho. It's going to finally unfold. It should be really good. Also, we got a kind of really sad news yesterday that Shelton Benjamin will not be making his return to the WWE. Apparently, he suffered a very unexpected injury in the last few days and will not be returning to SmackDown Live, which is a huge, huge shame. But will the WWE have found a replacement? Because they got us all excited. A returning star. Will they announce on tonight's show that they've got a replacement? Out of nowhere, could it be John Morrison, Carlito, MVP? They got us all excited. They don't have anybody to fall back on. Could they just, out of nowhere, announce somebody new? And also, we haven't actually heard of anything to do with the Cruiserweight Division yet. I mean, they announced it on the first Raw a few weeks ago that we were going to get a Cruiserweight Division on Monday Night Raw. And we've heard nothing about it. Absolutely nothing. So, are we going to get like a sense of what the title belt's going to look like? We've had zero. We've had nothing. So hopefully on tonight's show we get a little bit more of a sense of when this division is coming about and when it's coming about. Anyway, that's been my Raw preview for this week, guys. If you can follow me on Twitter, smash that like button and subscribe. That would be absolutely great. We're going for 300 likes for that Raw review tomorrow. Thanks for watching. Enjoy Monday Night Raw. Take care. Spike your hair.